Hello, hello, hello. How y'all feeling? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. You know, if it's Tuesday, you know where we be. Stacks 2 Trill, what's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice and early. Welcome to the player circle. Make yourself comfortable. We just getting in here. I'm about to start an all new episode of Keepin It Playa. How was y'all weekend? First weekend of football. You know, I was hype. I posted today. I was doing my Dub C dance. I said, hey man, if your team 1-0, you're feeling different. But all in all, feeling good, feeling great, as Key would say. We here in the building. I'm going to kick off a wonderful episode. About to tell my peoples to pull up on me. Pull-ups, pull-ups, pull-ups on me. Because you gotta have your peoples. When your peoples is there, everything it feel a little different. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But all in all, man, been ripping and running. Got my car serviced. Had to get my oil change for my new baby. I need some names and suggestions for names for my new whip. You want your whip to be well named, well trained. You know what I mean? Maintained, all that other little shit. But John, my boy. When YGB is in the building, put them hands in the sky. Mercer County Fire Buff, what's good? What's good? St. Ryan, oh, salute, my boy St. Ryan. I've been seeing all the moves you've been making, all on the Apple Music playlist. Just dropped a new project. I will be checking it out. My boy, my Mercer County Fire said Ceddy P live and in the flesh. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know how y'all week been going, how y'all weekend was. As I was saying, my team is 1-0. You know what I mean? So we gonna keep that thing rolling Thursday night when we go in there to the Lambeau Leap. We go to Lambeau. You know what I mean? But it's been interesting. I found out that my mom be watching Keepin It Playa. So y'all pray for her. Because you know I be on here talking crazy. My mom critiquing me. I'm like, Mom, when you become one of the queens of comedy, I does this. She's talking about, you know, you cuss a little too much, and you be laughing at your jokes. I'm like, all right, the cussing, you got me, but laughing at my own jokes, they funny. What was you expecting? The Lord blessed me with handsomeness, humor, My father prayed for this. They leaked it. They leaked his prayers like Young Thug. They said, "Bless the boy with humor, Father God." They said, "Give him a milk dud." Daddy could have prayed. He could have prayed for some hair and some height. I don't necessarily, I embrace and I am proud of my bald scallywag heritage. But if I could have been like 6 feet, I ain't even gonna ask for too much. Just enough to, be able to spot up. It's all good. Love you, Mom. Hope you enjoy the episode. I'm gonna try to be careful. I'm gonna have to get you the edited version. As I was saying, though, I got my car service. They treated me good. They gave me the loaner better than my version. I said, "Why you ain't showing me this version when I came to the dealership? You got all these features, giving me the floor model. Ain't this a B?" I'm acting like Day Day. They got all the new snacks, all the year 2000 snacks. Oh, man. But we going to have a great episode. If you here, make sure you like the live. Make sure you share it with your peoples so they can have themselves a good time as well. You know what I mean? We love when the peoples pull up. It's more fun when everybody here. You know what I mean? I want y'all to laugh and giggle and all that other boo. You know what I mean? Nah, they was just having a good time. You know how it be. I was here on time or close. You know what I mean? That's, hey, 8:33. It's crazy. I'll say for the music, some events, but one of the few things one thing I'm on time for all the time is work. For the man, nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but I ain't trying to mess with my paper. I'm doing better though, so because you gotta strive. Y'all be on time, man. That's just the proper way to live. You be coming to stuff late, people be looking at you like, And don't be late to no dates or nothing. Cause then you gotta act like Eddie Murphy on the Night Professor. My grandma was sick. I ain't had no drawers. You just gotta make up some nonsense. You don't want to be like that. I don't want y'all to be like that. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. DC King was good. Music by Leon was good. Welcome. We in here vibing. Come on. Don't do me like that. Listen. I want to quickly explain the inside joke. You know what I mean? He said, "Burn out. Don't you dare." Listen, that's the last thing that you say to a fireman. I ain't gonna tell y'all what my dad used to say to people, cause I don't want y'all looking at him crazy. You don't be saying that. As a fireman, this is how we live. I don't want nobody. I could go the rest of my career, never have another one. But if I gotta go, I'm gonna do my diligence. I'm gonna go in there and do my best to save the people's stuff. That's you. We see them on their worst day. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, we out here vibing. We rocking. I'm gonna get into the Bald-Headed Logic. Jason was. I love when the artists pull up. Glad to see y'all, man. I'm glad y'all here. Glad y'all rocking. letting y'all know, you know, I've been updating my playlist. So if you got something new that you're working on, please send that through. See, you work with the FEMA. You know. Send me y'all new stuff, man. Send me new music. I'm updating all my playlists. You know, I've been really busy working with Key and Key Story. We've been rocking. Really pushing this new record, Prime Time. It's been going kind of crazy on the TikTok. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen this nice baddie over there doing a little get ready with me to the looking good, feeling great. I said, go ahead, Thickums. Chill. Again, Momma watching. So, but yeah. Tonight's episode, let me talk about it. Tonight's episode is appropriately titled, Sticks and Stones May Break My Bones, but Spit Will Get You Uppercut. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but spit will get you uppercut. We have had a recent influx of people putting that Hawk tour in the atmosphere, and let me put an end to it right now, cause you're out of control. You know what I mean? You're acting crazy, and you know what we need to do so that y'all can be reminded. We need to bring back the clips of my girl New York from Flavor of Love when the Karen spit on her, and she dragged her mercilessly. repeating over and over again. Did you just spit on me? Because that is the signature response. Because I'm so bewildered that you had the almighty audacity to, because you gotta gather when you doing Hawk tour and not talking about the nasty shorty. When you gather, you gotta get the loogie. You gotta bring it back. Everybody's in this. We in this spitting era. No freaky. Turn your freaky down, and it's gotta stop. You ain't never had the pause put on you properly, cause cover your ears, mama. One good ass whooping will stop all that spitting. I don't like to see people spit on the ground. Daddy used to yell at Cameron all the time. He'd be like, stop all that spitting. Why you got that cotton mouth? DJ Music Rocker, what's good? Welcome. Always enjoy when the DJs pull up. Hey, DJ, I got some. Double up. We got my boy AA Ron. You done messed up, AA Ron. Shout out all my DJs pulling up. DJ Music Rocker, I got some heat. I got that prime time. I need it in the clubs for the baddies. Y'all go on TikTok and check out the man. Look, they got girls. They got the Colombian girls working out to the prime time. I don't know. I ain't even been to Colombia yet. I ain't even nasty dancer dancing for. I ain't even been over there yet with the Trabajando, but they already got a hold of it. I seen the Colombian girl working out to that Key Story. I said, Lord, look at God. Then I seen this bad sister. She was posing, looking good, feeling great. I said, hey! I seen this white boy doing his TikTok dances. You know what I mean? Whatever they be doing. I said, hey man, we going places. But listen. He said the shorties from the Medellin. He knows. knows? That's what I'm saying. Because it's going, hey, listen, it's going to travel. It's going to travel. It's going to go. It's going to go to Colombia. It's going to go to DR. It's going to go to Miami. It's going to go to Atlanta. We going to be down in Houston. Chilling with, damn, who down there right now? My boy KD. I'm like, KD, yo, take this brush, brother. I'm like, KD, take this do-rag. Nah, no disrespect, because KD, he get buckets and he a Commanders fan. But when, hey, man, you still got to brush your hair, though. He said, we going. All right. I ain't mad. Gotta check my finances. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to be out here like LeBron in there. Like Rich Paul. I don't want to be LeBron. Cause I ain't got my jumpers. I gotta get my skills back. But I can negotiate. But quickly going back to what we was talking about. Hey, listen, man. Keep your bodily fluids to yourself. Stop all that spitting. I seen Jalen Carter first, and let's discuss the truth. Because it always starts back from the Cowboys. They terrible. Dak Prescott out here spitting and smiling. Pause. You're out here tripping. He doing that, which instigated. Now, Jalen Carter, you got to know the Lord. You got to be better than that. You got to rise like Left Eye in No Scrubs video. You gotta go. You gotta stop tripping. They trying to get in here and take you out your game, which they did, because you hawked and spit. You know what I mean? I seen that. I said, damn, you're nasty. Then I seen a college player spitting. I said, oh, now you're traveling to the world of academia. Now you out here on the college level, on the campuses. I said, this is gross. I think he was at Florida. Don't spit on me. I don't like people that talk too crazy. Ugh, brother, say it. Don't spray it. And listen, I'm not, I'm a peaceful man like my boy MLK. The original, not my boy. But cause my boy MLK be putting that hiss. Ooh. Hiss. Ooh. But I'm traditionally nonviolent. But you spitting, you gotta get that New York from Flavor of Love. Did you just spit on me? Drag him. But let's move on, man. Let's keep this thing going. All right. Now we're gonna go to the bald-headed logic of the day. All right. We had a quickly recap. We had a great episode last episode. We were talking about your favorite inspirational quote. We were talking about straight to DVD movies, and we were talking about how you gotta make the baddies laugh. That's how you get in there. You know what I mean? You can't be scared. You gotta make them laugh like Bruce. Now, today's bald-headed logic is there is empowerment in experience. There's empowerment in experience, not the word together. There is empowerment in experience. Okay? Now, we have developed this psyche in which we want to have a level of perfectionism, obviously internally, but through the pressures of social media and culture, where we feel like we have to show ourselves at the elite level at all times. in order to be accepted. And I say to you that I urge all of us to be at our best. I urge all of us to be our best selves. However, to get there, you have to put yourself out there and you got to get started. You can't get great till you get started. You know what I mean? Putting the work in, putting them reps in. And the initial reps is not going to be perfect. But you make the tweaks. You try it again. You make more tweaks. Then you go again. Make some more tweaks. And sometimes, I would say slowly but surely, but sometimes it's not even slow. But you get the hang of it. And you start executing at an incredibly high level. Because you have confidence. Because you know that you can do it. You know how to do it appropriately. You know how to do it effectively. You become confident. And through confidence, you become empowered. When you see people be like, I'm him, or they take the shot not even blinking, it's because they done took that shot 1,000,000 times. When you see dudes that you be like, damn, they ugly as hell, how they pulling the girls? That's because they done executed. They done shot the shot. They are unafraid because they know they are either going to make it or miss it. And if you keep shooting the shot, you get better. Hey, the Fox was good. Wave to your baddies, y'all. Welcome to the Player Circle. Is this your first time? Welcome. But yes, as we were saying, there's empowerment in experience. So take the time to put the reps in. Take the time to shoot your shots. Take your time to step out on faith and try some things. We be too concerned with all of how it's going to look to people, this and that and the third. It's like, man, don't even worry about that. Keep it moving. Keep focused. All right. And that's how we grow. That's how we empower ourselves. That's how we empower our peoples. But that only happens through the experience. All right. So remember that. Write it down. Take a picture. Something. All right. Now, what's been on y'all minds lately, man? I want to get into the Speak My Truth segment, which has steadily become one of my favorite segments because I just be talking crazy. And it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? I'm going to speak my truth. And if y'all got some truth, put that truth in the comments. All right? Whatever is on your mind, whatever is on your heart. My new truth this week is I like to stay along the same lines because there's always somebody acting stank. And it really ticks me off. All right? Acting stank don't make your problems go away. Okay? They do not make your problems disappear. You got problems and you stink. Okay? Don't put your problems on me. I ain't do shit to you. Take that and take it to your therapist. Let them sort through it. Let them push it back to you. Give it to you some things that you could think about so that you can go about your day a little bit better. But don't bring that stank to me. Because I ain't do nothing to you. And if I did do something to you, you didn't tell me. So I'm out here floating in my lepers. I ain't even tripping off you. Because I don't know what I did. Now me, I'd apologize. I'd be like, hey, I'm sorry. Some people might not apologize. And even then, You don't even give them the opportunity because you acting stank. Nothing bothers me more. Somebody coming with some attitude. Y'all know how I feel. What the attitude will get you. All right, man, we cool. Bop. Check hook. Check, please. That's how I feel. Because you're acting stank. And it ain't no need. I ain't got time for it. I don't even know why you want to roll like that. Control yourself. Control your freaky. Oh, let me also speak my other truth. Now, if you're a part of the Player Circle channel, which you can easily join, you know what I mean? Go to my page, join the Player Circle channel so that you can get some, exclusive lives, converse with me and the rest of the community, the rest of the Player Circle. We be having polls in there, all that type of stuff. But anyway, I like to, I always like to just keep it focused. I like to talk with y'all. I like to, circulate. But I gave the Player Circle the opportunity to vote. I always let them vote on what the topic or what the title is going to be. I know my titles be crazy, but it's always it's always what's going on in here in the bald magic. Now, one of the other titles for tonight's episode was going to be I Understand Why the Cage Cisco Sings. That thong. I've been seeing a lot of discourse about Cisco lately. Not necessarily sure why, even though Dru Hill, legendary group, top 5. Don't ask. But there's a lot of discourse about Cisco and why was Cisco so immense in his joy over that dome. And as a person that happened to be around in that era, allow me to explain to my later born millennials and Gen Z community why the cage Cisco sings. This era, more than any other era that I've seen, probably since I wasn't around the 80s, but I know I've been told it was highly freaky in the 80s as well. But more than ever, we in a more sexually free, I would even say hypersexual era, where the clothing is thin and revealing. So, y'all, this new generation, with nothing else to compare to, you guys are not even fazed by seeing craziness. You know what I mean? Seeing thongs left and right, seeing lingerie. People be wearing lingerie to Walgreens. It wasn't like that back in, not so casually. So when you saw a thong in, 2002, you was losing your, yeah, you was acting like that. Because it was so abnormal. That didn't happen on a day-to-day basis. That's why Nelly's tip drill was so revered. Because to be seeing stuff like that, you either had to be in heaven or you had to be somewhere or watching something you wasn't supposed to be watching. That was not the norm. You might see that at a party in the suburbs now. I seen kids. I'm from the town. I done seen people in Trenton make the same tip drill video. Now people look at them like fake ass tip drill. But back then, when Nelly, you know what I mean? When Nelly was hitting them with that spooey. Different time. But speaking more to Cisco, it's like, yeah, you didn't see that so casually back then. That's why he out on the sand talking about she had moves like a truck, hitting all the moon salts and flips over some underwear with the cheeks cut out. Craziness. Different times. So you got to keep that in context. So that's when I speak my truth. I'm saying, yo, keep things in context, y'all. Your boy Cisco, mind you, the brother already got his hair dyed platinum blonde. So you know he different. But he seen something he liked and he started tripping. Yeah. Acting crazy. Hey, yo. I was young myself, so like I understand it at that time. But this is, stuff like that is just so casual now. Like I said, the stuff I be seeing people be doing is just like, or wearing, like they don't even wear it. Like I pray. This is why you gotta appreciate things when you have them. We had lingerie. The baddies used to wear lingerie. And we didn't treasure it. We didn't appreciate it. Now they wearing it to I was about to say the Walmart, which is crazy. But now they wearing it to Jersey Mike's, getting subs. They don't even be in the club with these things on no more. And it's their right. Live how you want to live. What do they say all the time? Stay out of women's business. You got it. It's all in good fun. It's all good fun. You know what I mean? But y'all leave my boy Cisco, leave him alone. You know what I mean? It was a different time, different era. You know what I mean? It was definitely totally different back then. So let's continue on, man. See what's going on. I'm trying to decide whether I want to hit y'all with some questions for the night. There's been a lot going on. I would like to talk about y'all boy Thugger. Your boy Thugger out here, man. Like, yo, who leaking my tapes? That's what my mama say. Don't ever say nothing out loud that you don't want nobody to hear. I saw a video and somebody was kind of discussing it, and they were just saying that it was the response to some of the different claims he was making in the videos is a result of karma because of the way that he disparaged Gunna for basically snitching. Now, let me just say this. I'm an elder. I'm not that old. Me being big bro unk status, let me just say this. I understand in the music industry that these are personas 9 times out of 10. So, which is why you have to be really careful, just like you would with actors. You see how people be like calling Jaleel White Urkel still. It's like, brother, I'm 49. I'm not Urkel no more. But you're so enamored with this person's character that they played. That's really what music is more often than not. These people are characters. There may be some level of authenticity. Talking about the commercial level. But a lot of times these are just stories. Half the time the songs that you love are not even written by the people that are singing them. So that's even more reason to be a little bit more cautious of accepting these people at face values. He said, don't forget the white hairs. Hey, bruh. Diamante was good. So just kind of considering that and knowing that a lot of times these are personas, it's like, yo, you got to be careful with falling in love with how they be acting or this when something is hypocritical of something that they may have said in the past. It's like, yo, that was a persona. You know, we, especially like I said, people love to kind of talk about with the female rappers and some of the raps that they be saying. It's like, hey man, don't take that at face value that this person, that they talk in their music as if they may be like a, you know, an nymph or a freak or something like that, and then you approach them that way. These are those are people. She's a mother. Hey Debo, that's a female. You can't, you know what I mean? Those are personas, bro. These dudes, like I said, Thug was in one of the clips he talks about. He's like, man, I was accepting him as like he a street dude, based off of what? Gunna's doing 5Ks. that ain't street. That's healthy. And like I said, man, when the rubber meets the road, you really be seeing, it's like everybody be doing all this, oh, I'm tough. When trouble arises, then you see who's really tough or not. Because when somebody start talking about jail time, just pull up a seat, let me talk to you. Y'all watch First 48. Don't know logical person that, especially that is not embedded in the streets, don't nobody want to go to jail. I am a citizen. I enjoy freedoms. Look at this. You see how I breathe that free air? As a fireman, we had to visit because through some unknown, incident, through some unforeseen incident, we may have to respond to the jails. So we had to visit the jails one day. Oh, my boy in here, King Davidson, what's good? Welcome. So we had to visit there. We had to visit the jail one day, looking at the living conditions. And then they took us to the mess hall. They was like, this is where a lot of fights happen right here. Or sometimes to the death. What? Nah, bruh. I'm too handsome to die. Not in that capacity. I told y'all how I want to be on my deathbed. Bring Sweetie. I can't do that if I'm in jail. She ain't gonna get the clearance. Hey, side note, let me say, Sweetie and or the appropriate writers, killing it. I was listening to the new EP. Now, for those who be like, Cedric, why are you listening to the female rap? First of all, mind your business. Second of all, I gotta stay hip because I manage a female rap artist. So I'm listening to that, feeling myself, that Sweetie Come On pressure. I said, oh, this go a little bit. Beat changes, flow, good cadence. I said, I like this. Then I'm listening to both of them. And she had a line. Let me pull it up because I gotta give her just due. Cause she had them double entendres, all that other type of stuff. So I'm like, hey, yo. So the lyric was, I think it's in the second verse. She says, where the USD, still see that ass in a 2XT. Excuse my language, mama. Excuse my language. One sticking in like a USB, because you know USBs plug in. Put a Trojan on like USC. I said, who wrote this? Now that's comedy. Now I'm like, man, I was not expecting that. Now you know me. I go to church. I love the Lord. I like a woman with class. But if you're going to make the wild raps, at least make them creative. Make me understand. Make me think. The imagery. The metaphors. The similes. You know I went to English class. Well done, sweetie. Well done. I ain't mad at you. Key was like, I've been told you she was nice. All right. Let your boy evolve a little bit. But getting back to what I was saying, taking it all the way back to the Gunna and Thug. Listen, shout out to them boys RDC and the boy and the brother Mark. They are hilarious. They had this video on YouTube that says they leaking them Young Thug tapes like they new singles. And so they was like, what other ones you got? What's the next single? What's the next release? And he plays like a fake leak tape of him talking about Chris Brown. He's like, yo, man, Chris Brown ain't even that hot in the streets. They say he ain't as better than Genuine. They was like, they saying that for real? They was like, hey, I don't know, but that could be the next one we drop. He's like, nah, what else you got? And he was like, he's like, they got ones about Beyonce. He's like, oh, no, man, that ain't real. He's like, I got one for you right here. He was like, this one gonna go diamond. He's like, man, you BSing. So then he said, I'm gonna just play it. So he's like, this is Young Thug talking. He like, yo, who Michael Jackson really put on? He said Michael Jackson ain't even put on nobody except for maybe like Chris Tucker. I was dying. I'm like, yo, the leak tapes be crazy because it always seems like a conspiracy. How are these tapes getting leaked? You know how confidential that stuff is supposed to be? They leaking them like snippets on TikTok. Craziness. Hey, man. That's where, like I said, all this music industry stuff it gets interesting and confusing because it's like you really at times do not know what is a ploy or a plot. And if you look at stuff and don't ever think, that's why I love college so much. Shout out to my professor, my boy Schumacher from Critical Thinking. And he would explain how people was making all these different tactics when they would present media to people. And it's like, you were looking at this stuff like this is actually real and like this is something that you should be thinking about. But this is being marketed to you purposefully. And it's like, if you don't have critical thinking, you just be like, oh, I see, this is real. It's like, nah, bro, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap, like Rick Ross say. But you gotta have some sense of education. You gotta have some sense of critical thinking. So shout out my professor, Professor Schumacher. First white boy I seen wearing brown dress shoes. I said, oh, he different. Still can't get invited to the cookout though. I'll give you a take home plate. Yeah, man. So look, let's get into the question of the night. And then I'll give y'all, it's 9:19. We doing decent on time. And then seeing how I feel about after the question of the night, then I will give y'all Ceddy's recipe. And then we'll get up out of here, all right? So, let me put some music, some soft music in the background, please. I'm about to play that Sweetie say. I'm just playing. Shout out a couple people I need to shout out. Gotta shout out my girl, Jalen Josie. Shout her out. I was talking to Taryn. earlier today, jokingly on IG. I gotta get Taryn back on the show. She's an incredible manager. We might need to get Jalen on here. Shout out my girl Chrissy from Sway's Universe. With Sirius and all of them. For the feature of my artist Cheek the Prophet on Sway's Universe, because that's big time. That's big. Y'all make sure y'all check out that new Cheek the Prophet freestyle as well. Who else I want to shout out? Let me think. Shout out Zaya Bell. Shout out Byrie. Shout out Jalen Musa, because I know he got new music out. Shout out my boy DZH from Jersey. A lot of new music out, man. And, as always, shout out the Renaissance team, because it's the Renaissance. Today is a perfect day to listen to some Renaissance, as always. So let's continue on. Oh, let me also shout out my boy K Trinata. K Trinata be making bops, brother. Let me tell you. All right. I seen this baddie. The baddie almost got me. She almost got me to like her photo. You almost got me. Almost. But I'm too smooth for that. But the music she was playing on her post, she had this K Trinata record. I was like, oh, now this is fire. And I thought I knew all. I thought I listened to the K Trinata. I didn't know that record. But I was listening to that joint today. I said, oh, this is a jam. You know what I mean? Oh, also, let me shout out the artist. She's dope. Let me shout out Kirby. Y'all know how I feel. And is there anybody else I want to shout out? If y'all want to shout out people, y'all can shout them out too in the comments. And I'll put them on. Oh, shout out my boy Ruben Vincent. Eric been having me listening to some new music. Like what I hear. You know what I mean? Shout out Eric. You solid peoples. Shout out Jackie, because she just popped up in here. Wave to your baddies, y'all. Jackie, what's good? We in here talking crazy about a host of things. Okay? But let's get back to business. And let me put that music back on, because I was really about to put that Sweetie on. And yo, I don't know how Sweetie finessed, I don't want to say finesse, but how she secured the Monday Night Football curator position, but hell of a job. Because I heard you playing that pressure last night when I was watching the Vikings Bears game. Shout out to the Vikings and Bears getting me paid last night. Shout out to the Ravens giving up the draws but getting me paid last night. I don't know how y'all lost that game. I don't even want to think about it. Quiet as kept. But I digress. Now, question of the night for tonight is, what is the criteria to follow someone? What is the criteria to follow someone on social media? If you in the chat, drop your answer in the comments. Who got the wave? What's good? What's good? For me, if I can be real, if I can talk honestly, I feel like I need to see an established level of consistency in a field or a category that I enjoy. So if you're talking about something entertaining, you're talking about something informative, you're talking about something regarding the culture, or even I would say, y'all know I be getting my betting on, you know what I mean? So it's like something that applies to, you're doing something that applies to what I enjoy. If you're doing that, I'm gonna pay attention and see if you guys, quality in that medium, and if you're talking about it consistently. Now y'all know me, I love the music, so that's something that always will catch my attention. So I always check for that. Now, I will be transparent. I am but a man. You know what I mean? I don't follow like IG baddies. Now, if you're a music artist, if you are a marketing expert, if you are in the sports realm talking your shit and you happen to be bad, that's outside of my control. But I do personally feel like it's like, yo, I like to have diversity. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have stuff that's just not going to. When I would teach people my marketing tactics about who to follow, it's like you want to have people that would empower you. You want to have people that pour back into you in some capacity. And if I'm like, so that would mean I would have people that were teaching me things, educating me about the music industry, or something in that capacity. I would follow them because they're going to be constantly talking about stuff that I can learn from. I see my fire friends, they follow different, fire services or fire, IG accounts. And it's like, by doing that makes perfect sense, because it's like you're learning about the job, you are, growing and becoming more engrossed in the culture of the fire services. So that makes total sense. For me, I try to stay up on the latest in technology in terms of for this career. And you want to know what's going on in the trends. You want to know who's the movers and shakers. And also you want to network with people. So like those are by and large a lot of the people that I follow. I do follow some artists. And nowadays, man, the way the social media moves is like it really doesn't even matter who you follow necessarily, because you'll still see stuff. I know for the posts that I do that go viral, or when I see my artists posts that go viral, if I hit one of the like memes that I did hit 1 million, and it was like 99% of the people were not followers. So it's like followers to a degree don't even matter as much anymore. You're trying to push the stuff, and then hopefully those people do become followers if they like what you are talking. So that's where it gets a little interesting, and I think that's something just to always consider. But I love to know like what makes you follow somebody. Like, why would you want to wait? Because it's like you could just you could save the content. So somebody I follow, here's a good person because they're not in my industry. I follow this financial expert, Jade. Oh man, is it Jade Ramsey or Warshaw? I gotta find that out because she's great. Jay Warshaw. Leon says interesting content. Like 2 out of 2 fire posts is a win for me. That's what I'm saying. If you can give me 2 to 3 dope posts, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you. You know, like I said, I try to steer clear because Instagram will take your algorithm for a spin. So you got to be careful what you like. You got to be careful what you save. But it's like, I know a lot of guys, man, it be baddie posts. It be them goofy ass gender wars posts. It be them memes. And it's like you just see that shit over and over again. If I was to give a breakdown of what my feed is, it's music, both artists and executives, sports, betting, black culture, and content creators like that show different techniques and tricks. Like I follow them too. And the last part would be the occasional baddie, but I was like, I don't think it's not just I don't know what you do. I don't like that type of bet because there's no investment in that. I'm not hollering at you. So at this point, it's just to look good. I don't think that's necessarily. I'm in firm belief that we were not supposed to have access to this much. I'll say attractiveness at our disposal. I forgot who was talking about that, but it was like, yo, man, when the people was growing up in the baby boomers and Gen X and them, it's like you found the finest girl in your town. You wasn't traveling that much. You might travel, so you might see something like once in your lifetime. You see something bad and you go back to your business and life. But it's like you see so many people every single day. It's like it's no way we were supposed to be witnessing this many different people. You know what I mean? Because you can't escape it now. You literally can't escape it. I'm creating a new piece of content. I'm just trying to figure out what meme I'm going to use for it. But like what celebration meme. But it's like when you scroll past the baddie and don't put a goofy ass comment. And it's going to be like you acting like you won, like you celebrated or something like that. And it's just like, yo. You see so much of that content that it's like you be seeing people. What's hilarious to me is when I scroll past, like, first of all, that's how you get a lot of your content. Your friends liking this crazy shit. You know what I mean? I see them like, damn, she tough. You looking, so follows her. Scroll up and scroll some more. Damn, so and so liked her. It's like, yo, stop liking that shit. You bringing that heat to me, you know? But it's like. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for my social media to be a reflection of where I am and where I would like to go. And so that's what determines a follow for me. If you are within that realm in some capacity, you know. So that's how I like to pick my follows. But I agree with you, Leon. Like I said, if you create interesting content or you create like quality content, then if it's captivating, that gives me incentive to be like, yo, let me keep an eye out for this because I know you're gonna deliver something positive. So, all right, it's 9:34. I gotta catch these 10 o'clock games. I ain't gonna hold you, but I would like to do because today is Tuesday. Got a big game Thursday night. My Commanders is going to Green Bay, trying to get us a win. So I figure I'll leave y'all with a Beans Better Tonight, brought to you by my boy Beans. Beans, you hear him walking in the background, acting loud. Go sit down somewhere. Let's see what the lines are currently for the game. I'm going to give y'all a straight play, and I'm going to give y'all a parlay, because that's what they call me, Parlay P. But, all right. They got us at +3.5. I might have to take the money line. I might have to take the money line. I believe in my boys. All right. So for the straight play, I did watch both the Packers game. The Packers, they was really feeding Josh Jacobs, and our run defense, our line is bolstered, but it's going to be a battle of two strengths. The Josh Jacob rushing yards, they got him at 70 yards. It was minus 174. The 80 is minus 110. That's a lot. Let me actually go to the Jaden Daniels. They got the Jaden Daniels. Let's look at the over-under for my boy. Jaden Daniels over-under rushing yards is 43.5. Now, I want to confirm. I believe he had almost 70 rushing yards against the Giants. Again, the Giants, very, very suspect defense. Actually, the defense not that bad. It didn't look good last time. Not against us. So let's see Jaden Daniels' stats. All right. He rushed for 68 yards against the Giants. I would take the over. I'm gonna take the over on the rushing yards. Gotta support my boy. So $10 would earn you $8. So $100 earns you actually 87. So that's actually. I see another one I might like. I like that Deebo Samuels for 6 yards. Now that's a plus 100. I like that. Deebo Samuels had several rushes. So let's see. Deebo. That's a female. See, that's the thing. He had one rush, but it was for 19 yards. It's like, yo, can he get 6 yards? You know, that's a risk. The safer play is the Jaden Daniels, but if you take the over 5.5 rushing yards for Deebo, $10 wins you $10, $100 wins you $100. So, they just changed to 6.5. That's why you got to move fast on these things. See how quick that changed? That's crazy. So now he's at the same odds as Jaden Daniels. Got to get in where you fit in, man. But let's do a quick parlay put together for the game. So I'm going to take Austin Eckler. I'm taking Austin Eckler receiving and rushing yards. I'm taking, let's go 40. 40 rushing and receiving yards for Austin Eckler. I'm going to say, I feel like Terry McLaurin has more catches this week. And I'm going to do some players from the from the Packers as well. I will say Terry McLaurin for man, they got way too many receptions for my liking. I'll take 4 receptions. They still working them in to the team. Let's go Jaden Reed for 40 yards receiving. And then I'm going to take Josh Jacobs take him for 60. And then lastly, I'm taking, for my 5th play, I'm taking Jaden Daniels for 200 passing yards. So $10 gets you $56. $100 gets you $562. Let me know if you bet it and if you win or not. All right, so that's Beans Better Than Night, brought to you by my boy Beans. Now, to finish off this fun episode of Keepin It Playa, we're going to finish with Ceddy's Recipes. Now, as for those who have been here before, Ceddy's Recipes, one of my favorite segments, but where we cover some of the informal cultural traditions and customs of yesteryear, and we celebrate them and push them to the culture in hopes of keeping them alive and going through different generations. In the past, we've talked about spades. We've talked about not splitting the pole. God is good all the time. We've talked about, as we did last week, straight to DVD movies. And we also have covered strong handshakes. So, tonight's recipe is bringing food to the movie theaters. A staple in our community. Now, you all may have been to the movie theaters, especially if you go on a date, and you're like, oh man, I want to show them a good time. We're going to go, we're going to get us some popcorn, we're going to get us some candy, some sodas. Quest, what's good? And you go to that cashier, and she'll be like, that'll be $50. $50 for some jujubes and movie theater popcorn. I ain't even get the large, I got the medium. That's right. And when that first man, the first black man that ever went to the movie theaters and paid that much money, said, oh no, Mama did not raise a fool. We are bringing food. Because who gonna check me? And from that moment, I feel like his name was probably like Frederick or like Winfred. And they snuck in food to the movie theater. They probably the first food that was probably snuck in was probably like a tuna sandwich or something like that. I don't want no damn tuna, but it was probably something like that, something that you could wrap up and eat quickly without the person, get coming up on you, the usher. But from there spawned to bringing great things. Now, me personally, my parents instituted this into my siblings and I, and man, we done brought sandwiches. We done popped our own popcorn. Before Subway was trash, Subway, grapes, you name it. You name it. It done made it. We gonna make it like Jadakiss. It made it to the theater, and ain't nobody ever hit me up. You know what I mean? Some of my personal favorite recommendations: soda cans. Just don't be shaking them up. Stuff that you can wrap quickly. You know what I mean? Unwrap. That's not gonna be too loud. Candy. You know what I mean? Why spend $5 for some damn M&Ms? You know M&Ms cost $1 at Wegmans. You know what I mean? So sneaking movies bringing food to the movie theater was a legendary experience. Now, what I will say is that I'm older, and I'm not about to bring the missus. I'm not about to bring no baddie in there. I would not do that with a person that is not somebody that's already connected to me. And if I am unaware if they are of the same ilk as me, that may not be the appropriate. But once I find out, it's like, oh, nah, we used to do that back in the day too. Oh, word? Yo, hey, next week we going to the theater. I'm bringing that Oval Redenbacher. You bring the sodas. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna stop by. I'm gonna stop by Roy Rogers, get us a 2-piece real quick, wrap it, and bring it in there. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to bring nothing with all those crazy scents up in that joint though. But yo, that used to be it. But as I said, I would not do that on no first date. That ain't the first date type of stuff. And secondly, I will be dating the person, or it'd be your kids, somebody that can't necessarily just get rid of you when you do, or shame you. You need somebody that's gonna be down. You know what I mean? Like John Rule and Little Mo or something. You know what I mean? Like you need somebody that's gonna be connected with you and not just leave you and dime you out like Young Thug and Gunna. I'm just playing, but because if we need to bounce, we gotta bounce together. I rode with you. You know what I mean? So we already know how this is gonna go. So, but bringing food to the movie theater was a quality experience and a financially empowering experience, because I just saved $50. I'm telling you, yo, you go to the movie theaters now, and now, like I said, because I done elevated in status somewhat. It's like, all right, you got a little money, you be feeling like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go get me some popcorn. I'm gonna get me the large and a drink for me, and you know, it's like, yo, 40 for popcorn, a little out of pocket. It's a little out of pocket. 2 sodas and a large. You get to refill the large, but you know you don't need to be eating that much damn popcorn. All that cholesterol. Can't do it. So I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? But just be aware that experience was an enriching one. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna talk to you about how Pops used to eat grapes when we used to go to the store. Talking about he tasted, making sure he testing. Daddy, you ain't rinsed the grapes. Let me stop diming out Charles like that. You gotta make sure they sweet. You don't want no sour grapes. Yo, Pops used to be killing them grapes. And one thing, like I'm gotta call my daddy. I called him earlier today. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. One thing my pop used to do, he wasn't getting that full bag of grapes because he didn't need that many, because they used to, it was by the pound. So he gonna separate some grapes, get how much he need, and that's how much he's paying for. I ain't buying that $5 bag. Split. $3. Oh, this makes sense. I was like, hey, yo. Hey, my girl Callie, what's good? Y'all be coming right when I'm about to peace. But I'm glad you're here. Check my beard out. Yeah, but shout out Pops, man. Growing up, like I said, growing up as a millennial, different times. I done seen some things. I don't want to go down the entire list of like all of my Pops experience. That's not for this is the player circle, but that may not be for IG Live. I don't know y'all like that, and y'all don't know Charles like that to be judging him. But it was fun times. I can only hope that I have shared some of those cultural experiences with my youth. Oh man. But listen, y'all, we've had another great episode. I'm so glad that y'all been pulling up. I've been glad that we've been having some great guests. Like I said, I'm working on some new guests because I've been enjoying my R&B friends pulling up on me. Like I said, I enjoy Kevin Ross pulling up. You know what I mean? And I was talking to I'm talking to some people because I want y'all to have an enlightened experience. I gotta bring my hip hop friends up here too. Got to talk to my boy Press because we got to discuss these WNBA playoffs because they are on the horizon. But it is 9:50. I got to check and see how my parlays is doing. And I want y'all, he said there's a real criteria. Oh, yo, I wish y'all would have been here for the criteria. Look, y'all got 2 minutes. Just so we can go back and we can discuss this further. So if you see my pinned question, the question of the night tonight was, what is the criteria to follow someone? And so if you have a criteria, if you have something that you do when you're following somebody, drop it in the comments. I'll stay for that. My parlays is going, they going to hit. But no, seriously, what are the criteria that you use to follow somebody? It's like, think about it. It's like, I don't know this person. What makes me want to pay attention to them? Because do you apply the same rules that you would in real life? It's like if somebody is interested in real life, I was like, all right, I'll talk to them some more. For me, as I was saying earlier in the show, it's just like Callie said, post interesting comment. Man, shout out Leon. Leon said the same thing. Interesting content. To me, it's content that is connected to the things that are important and empowering to me. So, as I said in the episode, I'm going to have people that are inspiring in regards to, I like how they do this. I like how the video content they post, or I like the type of motivational content that they add. I have a few workout people. Y'all know I'm still growing into my fitness influencer era, but it's just like music, motivation or empowerment culture. I have a lot of artists that I follow and music professionals. Like for me, it's a lot of music professionals. And then, like I said, I'm a man and I have these, but I prefer to have you pouring into what I do. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be, she thick. Nah, that's not enough. Now, if you are a music professional that delivers content about marketing and branding, and you just happen to be thick, that's outside of my control. You know what I mean? But it's the content. It's the third eye. You might say, I go look at some of the posts, see what it's given, and if it aligns, I'm more than likely to follow. That makes sense. Music content is number one. Yeah, for me, it's like, but another thing I will be honest about is there's something that say what you must, but it's like at this place in my career and what I be focused on, a lot of the people are people that follow me now. You know what I mean? Or like if I'm just following you and I've reached out, because a lot of this is networking for me. So it's like, what I'm following you for, I'm not even relevant or on your radar. So it was like, I'll save a post and I can come back to that later. I don't need to, you know what I mean? Because value in reciprocated value is important to me. You know what I mean? I don't like, it's just me. I don't like feeling like, I'm going to pee on to you. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, whatever. Get up out my face. I ain't for all that. You know what I mean? Unless, like I said, so to me, it's content, because I give the same information to artists. Content that can inspire you or help you to grow. Artists that are peers that you can build and, network horizontally with. Things that keep your mental in a safe space. I think those things are important. Couple thickums. Not too much. Don't mess up your algorithm. And then after that, it's just like your friends. And one thing I will say to artists is like, you need to make a conscious decision about what your stance is as far as, these people support my career so they can stay, or it's like, man, I'm not focused on friends as friends, because that is something that you will come into contact with as an artist. Like, does this person believe in me, support me? I'm sharing all this. I don't never see them liking this stuff, and then I'll post I got a raise at my job, and it's like, hey, that might piss you off. You know, some people really hate having friends that don't support their career. I don't think that that's a requirement. Just me. I think it's a benefit. I think it's helpful. You know, but like, if you got let's say 10 real friends, them 10 is not enough to support and sustain your career full time. So it's like, it's not even really that big of a deal. You know, it does speak to them about how they believe in you and in your craft, but it doesn't always, because you might not be at the place in your craft where they can fully support you. So it's a lot of different elements to that. So I don't want people to lean into that so heavily when it comes to like, okay, well, I'm not gonna follow this person no more because they don't follow me for my career, and this is my artist page. It don't always work like that. And something that you could do, just a quick tip before I piece up out of here, is like, yo, you can bring your music to them, to their world, and to meet them where they are. If your song is a song that is perfect for the workouts, and your friend is in there trying to cut the bacon off their back, shout them out for putting the work in. Replace whatever Gunna, Drake, SZA song that they got on there with yours. I do it all the time. Because our music goes perfectly with it. It's like, I might as well. If it's on my page, I don't give a fuck about Gunna or SZA. And like, no disrespect to Gunna or SZA. It's Jersey. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's real. Like, if you're an artist and your focus is, you have a centered focus on what you're trying to do and how you're trying to grow, unless it's somebody that's really close to you, is like, why do you're not empowered by that song unless you just really love that song. And your friends feel the opposite. They're consumers. So they just like, oftentimes, unless they're a true supporter of you, they like the hottest song. So that's why they're going to pick the hottest song or some song that made them feel good back in 2021. And they're going to post that on their fitness, on their workouts. But a lot of times your song works perfectly. And if you want to support them with your work. And if they rocking with you, they'll repost it. Then now you get shared and they get shared too. Everybody wins. But you don't feel the need to be forcing your music on them. Like, you need to find true fans in your target audience. And your cousin is not that person. But just bald-headed logic, as always. But look, y'all got 8 more minutes out of me. So congratulations. I think it's Cali Came. I wanted to show love, and my boy Diamante. But I'm peacing out. So love y'all. Stay tuned for the episode showing up on YouTube probably tomorrow, latest Thursday. But keep it blessed, keep it real, but always keep it playing. We out.